What up, family? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Deb. Before we get into much today, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when we drop good eats like these. Welcome back. It's such a treat. Grab your plate, fam. Come on, let's eat. Let's thumbs up the video. Get to at least 1K likes. Not gonna complain if we get it to more. Look at this spectacular looking taco. Oh my goodness. Y'all, doing the voiceover for this video makes me want tacos again, even more. We ain't gonna neglect that fried chicken over there in the side. Air fried, may I add. These are loaded fish tacos with shrimp added onto them. Now we got some pico mixed with corn, black olives, of course the pico base, tomatoes, onions, cilantro, the works. Now with this voiceover, you're gonna be getting a good mix of the extra added audio sounds from the food being the star of the show, as it should be. Well, for those of you who are joining in and tuning in to this voiceover video, I hope that you are enjoying the accompaniment that is here, because honestly guys, I can say that when it comes to recording these ASMR videos, I am really having the time of my life, because I'm not a big talker when it comes to eating. So eating my food and just getting straight to that, it feels much more natural and organic to me. So the ASMR videos are way easier, faster, and more seamless for me to do for that specific fact there. I am really about to get ready to absolutely tear apart this drum here. Check this out. One bite and gone. Man, when I be going back, you're hammering the box? Okay. Well, I had to take a quick break there to be on dad duty, because I have one of my construction crew down here with me and hammering the homemade little house that she has over here. Literally, she's living up to the name of construction crew. You hear me? So back to the food. Now I'm doing a nice pair between another one bite on this wing. It wasn't quite one full bite because it was a pretty large wing, so I had to kind of maneuver around to get the majority of the meat off and get the gristle off the top so I can have that crunch going on while I'm eating these wings, which give a soft sound to parry and give me a kind of intense hard sound at the same time. This also is a nice blend of food as far as caloric intake wise for me, because being on this lifestyle change that I am embarking upon, my recommended daily caloric intake is right around 1,550 calories, and this meal right here is actually below that due to the fact that I use fish and shrimp versus ground beef, as well as I don't have any melted cheese or anything over the top. The wings, they are air fried versus deep fried and breaded. So with them being non-breaded, non-fried, they're only 65 to 70 calories a piece. So I'm well under my caloric intake, especially after I go to the gym. I actually had a little bit of room to have me a snack later on. Now, the one thing that I am doing that is technically unhealthy is I still am only eating one. Sometimes I'll squeeze in 2 times in the day, but for the most part, I eat once a day. And consuming all of my calories in one meal, although I am under my calorie count, it's kind of like that thing, I'll be full right after. You can't get those off? I'll help you. Bring it here for me. So I'll be full immediately after my meal. However, after time wanes on, then the hunger pains start to seep in, and it's a mind over matter thing at that point. So fortunately enough, I am already at a point to where I'm used to kind of fighting away the hunger pains due to only eating once in the day for so long. However, if I wasn't such a trained and seasoned veteran, it would be a recipe for a disaster, because 9 times out of 10 I'd be out here just binge eating due to the fact of being full, then it just being on completely empty, especially after I go to the gym. Oh my goodness. But seriously though, I can totally understand why people are so like infatuated with going to the gym though. It is mentally alleviating, and it's a different type of peace of mind that you get once you completed a full workout, y'all. There is absolutely nothing like it. Now, throughout my life, I have been naturally slim and had a high metabolism, and my fitness workout of choice has always been cardio. So I've always been a running fanatic. However, these days, not being able to effectively run how I used to, with being in the gym, it's kind of not necessarily night and day, but it is a different dynamic. And looking back, I'm like, man, if only I had been more of a gym rat in the past, there's no telling where I would be now, because I'm really in love with the gym. And if I had to pick between like the full array of things at the gym and the running how I was, because that was all I did. I didn't do anything as far as fitness besides ran 3 miles a day. That was the epitome of my fitness physique, is running 3 miles a day. And I'm really realizing and understanding how biased I had been to myself and my body, because I really was only giving my legs love. I wasn't giving the rest of my body that full attention that it could be getting and it deserved. So yeah, gym life. Now, with being more cognizant of the way that I'm consuming my calories, as well as the calories that I am intaking, you will see different and diverse eats. And when you see a video like this, just know I only ate one time that day. Or if it is a video like this, I more than likely have gone to the gym before the video, after the video, and about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, so that I can work off at least half of these calories from this meal to still be within my daily recommended caloric intake. Because my pre-workout, I'll hit the Stairmaster, and I'll typically on the minimum do now I'm at 100 flights, and with 100 flights, that's 350 calories that I knock off with doing my pre-workout. So just the Stairmaster alone, if I hit the Stairmaster 3 times throughout the day, I can easily knock off 1,050 calories. So getting rid of 1,050 calories off just this meal right here, I'd be at 500 calories, which is pretty much how much I need to be consuming in one meal. So meals like this, in order for me to be completely at or below my recommended caloric intake, I'll have to, at the bare minimum, hit 300 flights of stairs on the Stairmaster, as far as to most quickly and efficiently knock those calories off. And it takes me about, with my at ease and at rest pace, it takes me 20 to 24 minutes to do 100 flight of stairs. So it'll take me an hour to an hour and 12 minutes to knock out 300 flights of stairs, i.e. 1,050 calories, to offset more than half of this meal. At this point, it's 2/3 of the calories from this meal. And as you can hear, now I have 2 construction workers in the background. Yo, fam. So as I was upstairs, well, not as I was upstairs, after I came back downstairs from getting ready to feed the kids dinner, which they were going to have leftovers from yesterday, Labor Day, that their mom grilled, but she came to the house from work. So as soon as I got back downstairs, instead of coming right back here to go ahead and jump on this voiceover, I actually picked up my phone and hit one single scroll on YouTube, because I was on YouTube Shorts before I went upstairs. Now let me tell you, that was one of the highlights of the day, because I saw a stove / oven, not that I want, but I'm gonna get, because it is going to make cooking for my family so much more convenient. 1 is gas. 2, it is extremely large, and it's going to be an economical find for using with my family with how large it is, because it has a griddle on one side and an oven under the griddle, as well as on the other side it has, I think the creator who I saw had either a 6 burner or a 5 burner, maybe 4. I didn't really go in depth looking into the particular model that he had, due to the fact that I needed to get this voiceover done so I can publish this today, Tuesday, September the 2nd, for you guys. However, I am going to be going on the American Range website and browsing what they have. But from what I see, I think the base model for the combo is going to be like $7-8 grand. But when I tell you that is going to make life so much easier, because I cannot tell you how many times I find myself lacking in the oven space, and I have to use the stove / oven upstairs and the one downstairs in order to accommodate all the cooking that needs to be done for the household. So now I'm going to be able to do it on one single unit. When I tell you, I am so ecstatic and excited. Woo! Words cannot compare, and words cannot measure how satisfied I am with coming across this content creator today. And from what I see, they're actually new to the YouTube space. They may not be new to content creation, but they are new to the YouTube space. So that is a great find that they even came across my feed. I'm probably going to be on this stove for the rest of this voiceover, and man. So it's a restaurant grade oven, so that's why more than likely I hadn't come across it as of yet, because even in the past when I had been looking for upgrades to the cooking capacity for the house, I was really only looking at the residential styles, which, as I'm sitting here face palming, I should have been looking at commercial in the first place, because my family size being as large as it is, I need residential, I need commercial cooking capacity, because I've got 7 construction workers / kids. For those of you that are new and haven't come across the channel yet, my kids are called construction workers, because for a while in the background when you heard them in the videos, it was clanging all over the place, so you can only imagine what they were creating. However, I needed and need something of a larger capacity in order to accommodate my family size, because at this point we pretty much homesteading size at this rate. And speaking of homesteading, that is something else that I need to do, that I'm looking forward to, that I didn't get to finish and knock out at the top of the year, which I hope that they haven't stopped the pre-orders or put them on pause. I need to get a half beef, half cow, for those of you that aren't familiar with the lingo, because that will save on grocery trips, as well as it will make me hold myself more accountable as far as like meal prep and recipe ideas, because if I already know all the cuts that I'm getting, I can kind of have an idea of what I have in the freezer and base my meals off of what I have, instead of trying to go to the store and figure it out as I go. Although I'm probably going to talk about it in a later video, especially once the vlog content gets back up and rolling. I'll dab into it a brief minute here. So the farmers that I'm going to be going with are Heritage Hills Farms, and they are actually local here as far as the state of Alabama. Not local in my city, but they are a local farmer in my state. And I'm looking forward to that, because building a relationship with the farmer also kind of, with doing the orders on a more consistent basis, not only will we be more familiar with them, they'll also kind of get a feel for our needs and can make suggestions and modifications based on how our orders may remain the same or may change up, in order to kind of give us variance and allow us to have different options and different choices from a professional vantage point. Because at the end of the day, I'm a consumer. So my knowledge is only as wide as the research that I'm able to do versus a professional who deals with massive, major cuts in quantities at a pretty high rate, because they are a major player here in the state of Alabama in regards to being in the farm game and providing livestock throughout our state. Man, y'all, that's another thing. With voiceovers, I have a little bit more of an ability to have a more free and clear mind, because, not gonna lie, when I'm sitting down and eating for these videos, the primary thing that's on my mind is crafting and curating a worthwhile video. So I'm focused and locked in on eating my food and creating a production out of eating the food, because with mukbangs, the food is supposed to be the star. So I try to kind of lean into that, from prep to production to consumption. I try to make them all blend well together so that it's a more rounded product and that nothing is lacking. So I know that there may be those of you out there who are like, oh man, you're boring. Respectfully, I'm here to eat. And that's been a typical dynamic that's been going on with the channel. Like, those of you that real deal, if you look back and you have been with the channel for a while, and you were on the channel when Jazz was an active part of the channel, you'd kind of see the dynamic. She was the talker and I was the one that ate. Most of the time, you'll really only see me talking if I have a partner, and most of the time, I'll be talking while they're eating, kind of to give a added effect of having both going on simultaneously. But if I'm by myself, I'm here to eat. I'm here to give y'all a show. That's why this ASMR journey, woo, y'all ain't about to be able to tell me, Nathaniel, prepare to be sick of me. Prepare to be sick of me. Because they're quicker. I don't have to eat as much compared to a mukbang. And on top of that, when it comes to mukbangs, doing all that talking while you're eating, you're swallowing air, you're getting bloated. It can be uncomfortable when it comes to actually filming mukbangs. Like, there's a lot that goes on post-production when it comes to mukbangs that a lot of you all that do not curate content have no idea of what goes on behind the scenes. Well, I had to catch myself because we are at the end of the video, and here's this bone graveyard. Sadly, we come to that point in the end video where we must let you guys go. So until next video, fam, love you guys. Stay safe, stay blessed. Be the light for someone else to emulate, because you never know what your kind of words and gestures could do for the next person's day.